Frank Napolitano is here from MortgageBrokersOttawa.com. How are you, my friend?
I'm very well, my friend.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Great to be back.
Lots of properties available out there, and an abundance of investment properties, you're saying, eh?
Well, I'm hearing from real estate agents that they're at record highs as far as listings are there. And there's a lot of this smaller first-time buyer homes out there, and typically those are great for investors. We get a lot of calls from investors, and they've got the equity in their home, they've got cash set aside. What they don't want to do is be landlords, and you know, to most of them, that's the thing that scares them the most. They don't know how to get somebody in there to rent it.
They don't want to have that pain that goes along with being. I'm sure it's got to be problematic for a lot of people.
Well, tenants have a lot of rights, and landlords feel like they get the short end of the stick sometimes. If somebody doesn't pay their rent, the process you have to do to get them evacuated is pretty difficult.
Is that right?
So yeah, and pretty time consuming. So
then choose your tenants carefully if you're. And you talk about
biggest
investors.
key that's out there.
Yeah,
is that.
Exactly.
Is
and you talk about
right
investors. We're talking about here in many cases people who own a home.
Yes.
Who have the ability to buy another home, be it a condo or a townhouse, and rent it out and make a little bit of dough, if not equity on it, right?
Well, and build your equity. And with the interest rates as low as they are right now, so much of that payment is going towards the principal that's where the cash is. I mean, that's where you truly make money, because you've got a tenant that's, you know, in most cases these properties cover themselves, so they debt cover themselves. So from a cash outlay, you're not putting money out of your pocket every month. As long as you choose the right tenant and you rent it out properly, you do your homework on it, there's no money out of your pocket on a monthly basis.
It's also key to choose the right property.
Well, absolutely. I mean, this is where you need to work with a professional real estate agent that's going to sit with you and say, okay, here's the neighborhoods that you're likely to get good renters at. They need obviously schools close by. You need the transportation, public transportation close by. But if you can get those types of properties, even a townhouse, and if you look at the amount of principal that comes off the mortgage in a 5-year period that your tenant made those payments for you, therefore, that's where the win is, and that's why I say there's great opportunities out there. As far as if you don't want to be a landlord, you don't have to. If you can find that property and get a property management firm to do it for you, you can get somebody now, a company that's going to rent it out for you, maintain it for you, and all you do every month is you get the check.
And you give them a certain
You get them a certain percentage, depending on how much of the work you want done for you. Will dictate what that percentage is.
You know, you could just own it and not touch it.
You got it. Yeah. You got it. And there's lots of investors out there. So for those that don't want to be a landlord, don't let that stop you from potentially using your capital and your equity in your home to buy an investment property, if that's what you want to do.
Lots of those companies around too.
There are. There are quite a few of them in Ottawa now.
Yeah.
For good reason, because there's lots of investors out there that.
And many of them are real estate companies that look after rental properties and others like that, leased.
Or with real estate experience. You know, people that have been in the real estate industry for many years. So
if you're interested in that sort of thing, you already have a home and a mortgage, but you want to maybe get an investment property. Good to talk to Frank and his team about that, because you can get them the ins and outs of a second mortgage and how that all works.
You got it. You got it.
Good to see you, my friend.
Hey, great to be back.
Frank Napolitano here from MortgageBrokersOttawa.com at 7:29.